Welcome to Old Trafford, the theater of dreams. This isn't just a stadium. It's a cathedral of football, a place where legends are born and history is forged in red. This is the story of Manchester United, a club built on dreams, devastated by tragedy, and reborn through sheer will to conquer the world. Our story begins not with a trophy, but with a vision. In the aftermath of World War II, a visionary manager named Matt Busby arrived at a war-damaged Old Trafford with a revolutionary idea. Instead of buying expensive stars, he would build a team from the ground up, trusting in the raw, vibrant talent of youth. They were his boys, his Busby Babes, young, fearless, and breathtakingly skillful. They played a brand of football that captured the hearts of the nation. Duncan Edwards, a titan among boys, Eddie Coleman, the pint-sized dynamo, Tommy Taylor, a goal-scoring machine. They were more than a team. They were a brotherhood, destined for greatness. They clinched back-to-back league titles in 1956 and 1957, and were on the verge of conquering Europe. The future was theirs. Then, on a cold, snowy afternoon on February 6, 1958, the dream turned into a nightmare. Returning from a European Cup tie in Belgrade, their plane crashed on a slush-covered runway in Munich. The world stood still. 23 people lost their lives, including 8 of the Busby Babes. The flowers of Manchester, the brightest talents of their generation, were gone in an instant. The club, and indeed the city, was plunged into an abyss of grief. How could a team, how could a dream, possibly recover from such a devastating blow? But the spirit of Manchester United is forged in adversity. From the ashes of Munich, a new story began to be written. Matt Busby himself, having fought for his life, returned to the dugout with a solemn promise to rebuild. He did so around the survivors, a young man named Bobby Charlton chief among them. Charlton, who had been pulled from the wreckage, carried the weight of his fallen friends on his shoulders, transforming his grief into a relentless drive to succeed for them. Slowly, painstakingly, Busby assembled a new team. He brought in the fiery Scotsman, Denis Law, a goal scorer of incredible instinct. And then, he discovered a prodigy from Belfast, a winger with magic in his feet and rebellion in his soul, George Best. Together, Charlton, Law, and Best formed the Holy Trinity, a trio of attacking brilliance that the world had never seen. 10 years to the day after the tragedy seemed to have destroyed the club, Manchester United stood at Wembley for the 1968 European Cup final. Led by Sir Bobby Charlton, they defeated Benfica 4-1. As Charlton lifted the trophy, tears streaming down his face, it was more than just a victory. It was a resurrection. The promise had been kept. The dream was alive. The years that followed saw moments of brilliance, but the consistency of the Busby era faded. Relegation in 1974 was a stark reminder of how far the club had fallen. It seemed the glory days might be gone for good. The club needed a new architect, a new visionary. In November 1986, that man arrived from Aberdeen. His name was Alex Ferguson. He found a club with a famous name but a fractured culture. He famously declared his mission was to knock Liverpool right off their perch. It was a bold statement, and at first, the task seemed impossible. The early years were a struggle, and Ferguson came perilously close to being sacked. But an FA Cup victory in 1990 bought him time, and with it, he began to lay the foundations for a dynasty that would dwarf even that of Sir Matt Busby. Just as Busby had done, Ferguson put his faith in youth. A golden generation of talent was emerging from the club's academy. Ryan Giggs, a Welsh wizard who danced down the wing. Paul Scholes, a midfield maestro with a passing range like no other. The tenacious Neville brothers, Gary and Phil. The charming dead ball specialist from London, David Beckham. And the tough tackling Nicky Butt. They were the class of '92, and they would form the spine of Ferguson's team for over a decade. But to lead this young army, Ferguson needed a general on the pitch. In 1992, he made a signing that changed everything: Eric Cantona. The Frenchman was more than a player. He was an artist, a philosopher, a king. With his collar up and his chest puffed out, Cantona inspired his young teammates, teaching them how to win, how to be champions. He led United to their first league title in 26 years in 1993, and the floodgates opened. What followed was an era of unprecedented dominance. Trophies became an expectation, not a hope. Premier League titles piled up. The team played with a swagger, an arrogance, and a never-say-die attitude that became their trademark. They scored late goals, snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, and always attacked. This relentless spirit reached its zenith in the 1998-99 season. United were chasing a historic treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Holy Grail, the Champions League. After securing the first two, they traveled to Barcelona to face Bayern Munich in the final. With just minutes to go, they were 1-0 down. The dream was slipping away. But this was Ferguson's United. In the most dramatic finale football has ever witnessed, 2 goals in injury time from Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer turned despair into ecstasy. The treble was won. Sir Alex Ferguson had not just knocked Liverpool off their perch. He had built an empire. The theater of dreams continued to be the stage for the world's greatest players. A young, electrifying winger from Portugal arrived, ready to inherit the famous number 7 shirt. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo. Under Ferguson's guidance, he transformed from a raw talent into the best player in the world, leading United to another Champions League title in 2008. Players like Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, and Nemanja Vidic became icons, carrying the torch of victory into a new century. They were all different, but they all understood what it meant to play for the badge. From the Busby Babes to the class of '92, from the tragedy of Munich to the triumph of Barcelona. The story of Manchester United is a testament to the power of the human spirit. It's a legacy of resilience, a commitment to youth, and the belief in daring, attacking football. It's about turning dreams into reality, again and again. This stadium is more than just steel and concrete. It is a symbol of hope, a monument to those who fell, and a stage for those who dare to dream. This is Manchester United. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more stories from the world of football.